Alright, so I got this little $5 4 miles situation going on right now. That says 3.5 miles, which is how far away I was when I pulled the stuff up, which means it's going to be less than a mile once I get there. Cool. Not the best order, not the worst. I didn't introduce myself at all. I am whoever you say I am. Just kidding. Welcome to my channel. Found this neat little thing I can do. You see me up there? You see my screen on my phone? It's pretty neat, pretty snazzy. We'll see how long I can keep this rolling before I accidentally turn it off. Been trying to do this for a couple days, but you know, like, I don't want to keep it rolling while the customer's address is up there and stuff, so I'll be accidentally turning it off whenever I pause it. So yeah, we'll see how long I can do this. I'm gonna post whatever I can get through, though. I think this is neat. It's not that exciting in here right now. Got everybody sleep. It's nice, quiet, everybody sleep. And I got this fool in front of me I'm going 25 miles an hour. It ain't in the school zone anymore, it's 4:45. So I know that he's just driving slow just to get on my dang nerves. I know it. I know that's what people do. They drive slow to irritate me. It's gotta be. It's the only reason. That's the only possible reason I can come up with. They know it drives me crazy. That's why they do it. That's probably not the reason. I'm just talking. Then I got my good old friend right here. Product placement. Yeah, that's my best friend. This and coffee. I'd be asleep all day long if it wasn't for that good old caffeine, taurine, whatever, L-carnitine, however you say that, whatever the crap's in here. Need it. I don't need it. I want it. I like the way it tastes. It's probably yucky to a lot of people. What are y'all doing? People driving crazy. I'm trying to be quiet. Baby's sleeping. Shh. This is the longest 11 minutes of my life. I only took this order because it is so slow. It was so hard to get on DoorDash. As you can see, DoorDash over here paused. Got 27 minutes. But I sat there for 30-something minutes. The only order they sent me was like 14 miles away. And I don't feel like driving on 14 miles right now. You know how long that's going to take? For $15? Then there's no telling if the order was going to be ready. From where I was picking it up from, it could have been a 30-minute wait up there, that crawfish place. Because sometimes they need that dude was looking at me in such a strange, creepy way. He reminded me of a serial killer. Anyway, so sometimes they run out of crawfish, or like right now it's just after 4 o'clock, so they just opened. They probably got 100,000 orders, online orders, because they just opened, and I'm the one that they decide to send the cross-country trek to. That wasn't no cross-country pay, $1 a mile. It's like $15.75. I would have taken it, but I was trying to go up in the store and get me some like little snacks and stuff. So, you know how DoorDash is. You got about 5 minutes before they start sending you 100,000 messages talking about, you don't appear to be headed towards the order. You don't appear to be headed towards the order. Please contact support if you're having issues. This order will be reassigned. But actually, they won't reassign it. They just will give you a contract violation saying, you arrived late at the merchant. Actually, I have had orders on DoorDash reassigned because it took too long. But I don't know if they do that anymore because they have those crazy contract violations. Why is everybody in the same lane? Everybody is in this lane. Everybody. Then they drive it slow so that all the cars back there can catch up to them and everybody be in the same lane again. There's people. Cereal box driver's licenses. We've always talked about them. There's a lot of people got their driver's license out the cereal box. Prize. Or they don't have licenses at all. They're driving around uninsured, unlicensed. Lack of tags, having. Look at me being negative today. I don't know if I'm going to post this because I just feel like right now I am just being a big old negative Nancy. I don't like Nancy. Well, I mean, I have a friend named Nancy. She's cool, but I don't like the name Nancy. I don't want to be negative Nancy. I want to be negative Natalia or something. Something snazzy name. Telling you, longest 11 minutes of my life. Feels like it's just dragging on and on. It's so quiet in here. Glad to have somebody to talk to. Too bad y'all can't talk back to me because I'm recording this. It's okay. Maybe somebody will watch my video and talk back to me at a later date. It's a date. I expect to hear from somebody in response to my silly video I will be posting. Actually, I said I'm not sure if I'm going to post it. We will see. We will see. A big old Dollar Mania over here. I did not know this was here. Alright, I'm about to head inside to pick up this order. I don't know if I'm going to take y'all in with me. I might not be able to because I'm going to have to pause this. Make myself arrived before I'm late. Ooh, a taco salad for Jason. Alright, let me pause. I'll be back. You know what I'm noticing is cool about this on Grubhub is it does not necessarily show the customer's address. Let me just move this box so nobody knows. Looky there. Alright, now we're headed to drop off our order. It is literally like, how far away does this say? Hold on, let me plug this up to my car screen. Ugh. Yes, I need to make sound effects for stuff if you heard that. Uh-oh. 0.7 miles away. I got a green light. 0.7 miles. That is crazy. Listen to that System of a Down. Yeah, if you don't like System of a Down, you suck. That's all I gotta say about that. That man is a genius. Wanna play, always wanna go, but you never wanna stay. I am like here, literally, like, oh no, what is this got me doing? Hold on, I'm looking at this. What is the address on this place? Oh, good Lord. I'm gonna have to pause this in just a second. No, this is actually a good route. I'm actually not gonna complain about Jersey Mike's. $11 for 10 miles. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? I don't want to do that. Where is that taking me? That's taking me clear across town. I will not be doing that. And I don't want to lose my little... let me see if I can... Yeah, I can move that. Reject. Offer is too low for distance. See, I'm inconsistent as heck because, like, I'll be saying offer too low for distance, and then, like, later on today, I'll take $1 a mile order just because I'm bored and I'm trying to make money and there ain't nothing else to do. I have to pause y'all again because I got to see the address on this place, and I'm not sharing that. Oh, well, look, I could just pull into this little parking lot. I bet this is it. Okay, pause. I'll be back.
All right, I'm back. That was easy. Resume. See if I can get something. It's not $1 a mile because I'm not doing this all day. It's $2 Tuesday, which is $2 a mile Tuesday. That's what that stands for, $2 Tuesday. Just by the way, if you didn't know. If you didn't know, now you know. $2 Tuesday, $2 a mile. After this order that I just took, you know. It is just so beautiful out here since they redid this road. Like, so smooth driving. So not bumpy. Not dangerous for my vehicle. I don't know if y'all noticed, I can't just like sit still, drive the car without messing with everything. So I don't know, I'll probably have ADHD like my child or something. I gotta fidget with stuff all day. Or maybe it's all the caffeine I drink. This is actually the first caffeine that I've had all day today. So I'm actually not being affected by caffeine because I've only had like a sip of this. So I haven't even had enough to be stimulated by the caffeine. This is just naturally me. I just talk a lot and can't sit still. So maybe I don't actually need this. So maybe what I said about needing the caffeine to stay awake is actually a lie I tell myself to continue feeling like I need to drink energy drinks and stuff. I don't know. Or maybe it calms me down a little bit because, like, whenever people are really hyper, stuff with a lot of caffeine and stuff, isn't that supposed to, like, bring them down some, like, to a normal level? So maybe after I drink this, I will feel more like a instead of like a I don't know. $7 for... You see this? Do you see this? Do you see this insanity? The preposterousness. The shenanigans displayed on my screen. You see this button right... You can't see where my finger's pointing. This button right here. Click. And then we're going to do this. I don't care. Look, 49 to 4. I already lost my gold status because they sent me another crazy order. So we're just going to just go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, I got to pay my card out tomorrow. Go away. Sorry, you saw my personal business. Because I'm screen recording. It's okay. I don't care. That's not any better. I'm not even any more inclined to do this than I was the last one. So I'm just gonna continue pressing that button. You think I what? Who do you think I am? What you thought this was? I know there are people out there taking them crazy ass orders. That is more, yeah, that's more along the lines of what we're talking about. Okay, so where is this Silver Star Smokehouse and whatever saloon? It is straight ahead a little ways. Okay, you see, DoorDash tries to play games, tries to play some more games, then they send you something good. If I was still gold, they probably would have tried to trick me and said, a high-paying offer for your gold status. But they didn't say it for my silver status, so maybe not. Maybe I'm just talking mess. Yeah, I'm hitting this nasty vape. No, it is not THC. It is just plain old nicotine and melony flavors, melony deliciousness. Oh, here it is. That says Superior Dentistry, though. Was that supposed to turn right there? Oh, I see it right up in here. Okay, so I could turn in this little parking lot. I've never been here before. I wonder what it's going to be like on the inside. I wonder if it's going to be beautiful. We'll see. Anywho, I hope somebody watches this video because I feel like I am just a crazy person screen recording this. Go ahead and arrive at store. Oh, and I'm gonna pause. So I am back. I picked up the order. It took a minute because the girls, the little kids that work there. Sorry, I'm watching this lady try to pull out this parking spot. She's old. She's looking like on her steering wheel. Anyway, they were over there just talking and talking, not doing nothing else. So when I finally got somebody's attention, they were like, "Oh, I don't need to see you do anything." So I could have just taken the order, and I thought about just taking it, but you know, I just feel wrong doing that, and I would rather somebody know that I took it than it just like disappearing on them and them not knowing what happened to it, even though they probably wouldn't care. There's always going to be somebody who cares, and they're going to be like, manager person, we had an order here and I don't know what happened to it, and da-da-da. Anyway, then somebody's going to remake it and whatever. Anyway, that's my assumption of what's going to happen if I just don't follow the procedures. So I follow the procedures. I declined a Grubhub order. It was like $5 for 7 miles. Of course we're going to decline that. That's crazy. And now, as you can see on my little screen right here, we're driving about 15 minutes to the customer, which ain't that bad. It's about $1 a minute, a little less than $1 a minute, but like, you know, it's close enough. Say I'm gonna spend about 20 minutes on this order. In total, and what was it, like 15 bucks, something like that. I'm not complaining in the slightest. If I can just give me about 7 more of these, I want to make $100 tonight. I want to be back in. I'm thinking unrealistically. It is 5:30 and I have made $5. This will put me at 20. So I would like to make $100, but I would also like to be back at a reasonable time so that I can go ahead and feed my kids and do some homework with my daughter, because that's important stuff. They might try to be up all night tonight, since obviously everybody is sitting in the back sleeping right now. It's okay. We still gonna go to bed at bedtime. They stayed up way too late last night. That's why this is going on back there. The tooth fairy almost did not come for my daughter because, as I've explained to her, if you stay up too late, the tooth fairy is going to show up, you're going to be still awake, and the tooth fairy is going to have to come back another night. Because if you're not asleep when the tooth fairy comes, you don't get no money. I think there's a scary movie about that, about like the tooth fairy coming, and if you're not asleep, like it's a horror movie. What is the name of that movie? I can't think of it, but it's like you got to be asleep. What is the name of that movie? Is that Darkness Falls? I don't remember. Me and somebody were talking about that yesterday, so yeah, this old school. We'll stop. So, I was going to post a video earlier, but I didn't. Some of you who are on my channel know I do this with my kids. This is my primary source of income. I take that back. This is my only source of income, the gig work. The reason I do this is because I am my children's only parent currently. We have no other support, like financially or whatever. Like, so I am supporting them completely and totally on my own. This is the most functional way for me to do that. Daycare is really expensive. The economy is getting to where everything's really expensive, and I can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time. Like, with them right beside me, I can stop when I want, like, to take care of whatever they need, blah blah blah. Like, you get the picture. That's why most of us do this, is because we are not confined by schedules, bosses calling us in on off days, having to request off days for things that come up, like being sick, doctor's appointments, all this other stuff. Like, my daughter's in therapy for some little issues that she has. It's nothing serious. Like, you know, she's just a little more unique than other kids. She's really sweet, really hyper. But all that being said, this is what I got to do. So I've been able to support us for the last 3 years doing this and this alone. I do get like a little bit of government assistance, but I don't go above and beyond, because I know that I do have the capacity during certain seasons of this gig economy to make way too much money. Of course, some of those times I'll be going way too hard and, like, you know, neglecting certain things, like letting my laundry pile up at the house, and eating a lot of fast food because I don't feel like cooking and stuff like that. But, you know, it comes with the territory. Like, we have the ability, I have the ability to go to all her school functions, just do whatever needs to be done without, I just work when I can, when I want to, when I feel like it. When I don't feel good, guess what I do? I potato it up on the couch. I'm like a caterpillar in a cocoon. Don't bother me. Of course, everybody bothers me when I'm trying to caterpillar. It sucks, because I can't be the caterpillar in a cocoon that I want to be, because everybody always needs something. But that's okay. I love it. They're sweet. I forgot what I was even talking about, how I got on this. Oh, yes. Okay, so back to my point. When you're doing gig work, it is very important that you take the offers that make the most sense. I know there are a lot of people out here who just strive to have the best stats and blah, blah, blah. And I used to worry about that stuff, but I'll tell you this. I used to, whenever I first started doing all this, I used to drive 5, 6, 7 hours a day just to make $80. Does that make sense to you? Looking back, I'm like, what the hell was I doing? What was I doing wrong? I know what I was doing wrong. I was accepting nonsense. Like, I was taking $3 orders and worrying about how many offers I declined and all this stuff, scared to be deactivated. Then I started understanding that I'm not going to be deactivated for declining orders. Like, I mean, you look at people like Dashing Trader, for instance. Like, he's somebody that has really inspired me since I started, you know, getting into the YouTube stuff. Like, that man was at a 0% one day. Like, I was watching one of his lives, a 0%. I've heard people tell me that such and such got deactivated on DoorDash for a low acceptance rate. And I'm thinking, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Because I have seen it with my own eyes. 1% acceptance rates, 2% acceptance rates, and a dang 0. Kudos to Dashing Trader for that. Because that's cool. I don't know if I could ever get that low, because, like, I don't know. I be accepting orders. I be thinking some of the orders that people decline, they're crazy for declining them. You see me? Come on. Sorry, I was trying to wave this lady in front of me because she acted like she was confused. But anyway, I've learned so much. Like, I have maximized my income seriously. Like, I can drive for 5 hours and break 150 a lot of days. Not every day. Some days are different. The other day, I did all the things I always do, what I feel like is all the right things, and I drove for like 5 hours and made $85, which I think is very, very low for me and for how I do things now. I'm gonna hit up this little 3132 spurt right here. Okay. I think that's very low for how I do things. I also want to say that you have to use multiple apps, because before, whenever I was just using DoorDash, those days where DoorDash is just so incredibly slow, it's hard to get on, or even when you do get on, you're sitting waiting. That's wasted time. You're out here doing nothing. And I mean, I talked about this just a second ago. I always got to be doing something. I'm always fiddling with stuff. Anyway, I'm just fidgety. I guess. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm ADHD. I don't know. Who knows? Whenever I have multiple apps running, it satisfies that. I'm constantly looking at the apps, weighing my options. What do I have going on? Instacart, still got trash orders. All right, cool. Turn that back off. Spark, I don't feel like shopping today. All I see are shopping orders. All right, cool. Turn that back off. I'll turn it on again later. Check on things. Let me check out DoorDash. DoorDash not popping up nothing. Let me turn on Grubhub. Second I turn on Grubhub, DoorDash starts sending me some, because it's like they're connected in some kind of, I don't know, matrixy way. Really it is. Like, it used to be like Spark and DoorDash were like that. I would turn on Spark just to encourage DoorDash to send me some money. And it worked. It worked. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's just a coincidence. But, oh, this whole time. Good Lord. But yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I might have to edit that out. All of that. Anyway, as I was saying, the least amount of hours, the least amount of work for the most amount of money is the goal. It's what you got to do. That's what I have to do, because if I don't, like, these kids will be suffering. Like, they're going to be suffering. I'm going to be out here suffering. Like, it just isn't worth it. I mean, you better off working a W-2 job, getting them taxes taken out, because what is the purpose of driving for 12 hours a day just to make ends meet, like, and still have to work every day? And it just, that don't make sense. It don't make sense. Wonder if there's a way I could post a video of subscribers only. I think I'll do that with this video. But About 4 minutes away from this drop off. This seems like it's taking entirely too long. Maybe I'm just hyper today. I'm ready for my next order. Look, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna be back with y'all whenever I get my next order. Hello. Blanket Rosetta. Baby? Really? Oh. Rosietta's not asleep? Oh, okay. Skirt. 47% acceptance rate. 2 to 6 minutes. You know what? I think DoorDash is about to kick me off. Let me see if I can extend my dash. Oh no, look, they extended it for me. How sweet. Because I certainly didn't do that. I've made $20. Since what time did I come out? 4:30. I mean, $20 an hour, that ain't bad. Let me get another $15 right quick. Right fast. Grubhub sent me a $40 work. Come on. Guess I'll come back when I get another order. Pause this again. $11 for 7 miles. I got nothing else coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and take that, even though it's not the best. But first I gotta, oh, I can go right up in here and do this. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and hit accept before this goes away. Baby. I'm working on it, baby. I'm eating chips. These are my favorite chips. My favorite. Come on, lady, you don't know how to use the three-way stop. You're there before me. Carry your old self on. You see how close I was to that pickup too? I hope they add some tip for me being so fast. You were there before me. I don't know why you're sitting there all day. Crazy person. Sitting there staring at me. There's a cop behind you. What you think I'm gonna do? Run the stop sign? No. Have that sheriff asking me 100,000 questions I don't feel like answering. No. I got one wet wall tire. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go pick this order up. Actually, I'm gonna sit here for a minute. It says it's gonna be another 4 minutes. I'll be back. And I'm not gonna be chewing chips when I come back. Sorry about that. Alright, got that order picked up, and it's going to be about a 15-minute drive to their house. So let me go ahead and get this started. Make my little $10, and hopefully the next order will be $40. I got to talk about medians. I had this off for a second, but okay. So I get to an intersection. It's not really an intersection. I'm coming off the side road onto a main road. Like, I'm at the stop sign. There's a car in the median the wrong way. Well, you know what? I don't even see you. You look like a car going the opposite way you are going, because you're on the wrong side to me. So I get in the proper side, and like, we can go, because guess what you are supposed to do? Pull into your immediate lane. There's nobody in the immediate lane. There ain't been nobody in the immediate lane. So I go to pull out. Like, and I'm like, you either are going before I get up there to you, or you're going to be sitting there. Because I'm not going to sit here and wait all day and wait for you to figure out how to use a dadgum median. Like, who has time for that? And then what's going to happen? Somebody's going to pull to try to use the median from the other way and pull where you're at so that they could go the opposite way, because you're where they're supposed to be, but then they can't get over there because you're in the way. Then they're blocking me that you can't see, I can't see, nobody can go, and we're just in a big crazy spot. And then an accident happens because you can't see. You try to go to get out their way, and there's a car coming. You didn't see them coming because the car that is trying to get into the spot you're in, where they're supposed to be. Yeah. You get my drift, even though I can't talk. It's just dangerous. Like, you either figure out how to use the medians or stay out of them. Like, just find a way to stay out of the medians if you can't figure out how to properly use them. Like, you have to be able to see oncoming traffic. So you need to be closest. Okay, so when you're on the road, you're in the right lane, going that way. You're in the left lane, going that way. The median is the exact same. The median is no different than the road. It's like just like that. Actually, no, hold on, I'm wrong. Yeah, because you're gonna be crisscross. When you pull into the median, you go to the far side of the median, so that you can see the oncoming traffic coming. And then the car who pulls in goes to their far side so that they can see the oncoming traffic coming, so they can see when it's safe for them to go, so that you can see when it's safe for you to go. Y'all pulling in all kind of crazy ways, and nobody can see where to go. And then y'all getting mad at people who are trying to use it correctly, talking about, you're in my way. Well, if you would have been in the right spot in the first place, then nobody would be in nobody's way. And we could all done been gone. And excuse me for talking like this, but I live in the South, so you know what, that's just how we talk sometimes, especially when we get passionate about these crazy people who don't know who got their driver's license out the dadgum cereal box. They never took a driving class a day in their life. I don't understand how they passed a written exam to get their driving test. They couldn't have, because all these things are questions that are on there. What does that sign mean? What does it mean when the solid yellow line in the middle of the road? What does it mean when there's a dotted line beside it? What does it mean when there's a solid white line? What does it mean when it's a yellow triangle sign? What does all this stuff mean? Nobody knows what it means. But yet somehow you got a driver's license. Explain that to me. How does that make sense? Make it make sense. That's what I meant to say. Make it make sense. And see, taking into consideration the fact that I now drive professionally, I'm not going to say I'm the best driver, but I have always known traffic laws, like the rules of the road, the way everything works, what everything means. And if I didn't know what it means, I can read. Half of them got words on the sign telling you what the heck it means. So what is the problem? Now, the median doesn't have instructions, but the median, like, I have been in car accidents from people not understanding how medians work. See, okay, say for instance, I am in the median and I'm I'm going, right? And you are coming out of a parking lot and you're going. But we're both going in the same, like, little area. Like, we're both pulling on the same side of the street. That's what I mean. Okay, if we're both pulling on the same side of the street, we are both to turn into our immediate lane. The lane closest to us. You don't, like, pull out the median and cut clear across 2 lanes of traffic. That's crazy. Unless there are absolutely no cars anywhere to be seen. That might make a little bit of sense. But otherwise, you do not cut across. Okay, so I've been in an accident before because the lady came out the hospital. I was already in the median. I pull into my immediate lane and she just merges into my car as if I'm not even there. And then the people the police want to tell me it's my fault. Like, what? I shouldn't have been there? And they said, well, you merged into her car. I said, how? My apartment complex right there. I'm going home. I come out of Walmart and now I'm trying to go home. And you're going to tell me it's my fault. It's just crazy. I got to pause this so I can deliver this order. Excuse me, I'll be back. Update on that last order. The base pay actually paid the mileage. That's crazy. Normally don't happen like that. Normally it's the tip. But this beautiful tree I'm up under. Looks like it's gonna rain. I'll be back. Out of breath. Alright, I just took a $6.75 for 3 miles. Roughly 3 miles, I don't know. Let's see what this is. It says it's 1.2 miles to get there, so probably be less than that. I count the miles to the place just as well, but at the same time, like, I would have been driving to find a good spot to wait for an order regardless. So sometimes it's just silly to count the miles to the place if you're already going that way. But if you're sitting, or if it's going the opposite way, like, you know, it makes sense to count those extra miles. But like, sometimes it just, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. That guy is just big cheesing walking down the street looking at everybody like, what a bright ball of sunshine he is. Or he's crazy. There are a lot of crazies out there. A lot of crazies. Y'all get to look at my fat chin. She thinks some girl told me one time I got a Jay Leno chin. She called me, you Jay Leno chin having whatever. Kid. Alright, so I just had a pickup order where the drink was unavailable for the customer. I called her twice. She did not answer the phone. It is a hand-to-me order. So, woman, you know you got food coming, and you know you said hand it to me, but you're not going to answer the phone. And I texted her. Anyway, I refunded her drink. Because I've said this before, and I will say it again. If the item is not available, and I cannot reach you to substitute the item for you, you get nothing. Well, am I going the wrong way? Sure I am. You get nothing because I'm not picking some random stuff off the shelf for you. I'm not picking some random stuff off the shelf for you. And I made an effort. I'm not waiting all day, even though this woman obviously tipped. She tipped relatively well. I almost forgot her chips, but I noticed them on the thing. They didn't give them to me because they're out, in the lobby. But anyway, that's irrelevant. What I'm talking about is that drink. Item refunded. Customer did not acknowledge my out-of-state auto-generated phone number having phone call. The least they could do is try to auto-generate with the same area code as where we live. I think that would help. There she is. She's calling me.
It's not so hard.
All right, like I was saying, you see what she said, whatever regular drink they had. And they didn't have no regular drink. I'm telling you, this woman ordered Pepsi. All this store had was some Pepsi Zero and Diet Pepsi. Yuck. Ain't nobody want that. And they didn't have no regular drinks. They had like some kids' apple juice and some milk. But I know she didn't want that crap. So I I told her, I was like, I just went ahead and refunded it for you. She said, the whole order? No, ma'am, just the drink. I refund your drink for you. I got your chips, I got your sandwich. She said, all right, they got some drinks at home. Good deal. I'm happy to know that. Like, I'm happy that these apartments over here, it's just so sad. Like, they are just abandoned. Like, half them windows are knocked out and all kinds of stuff. But you know what? That's what happens whenever these slumlords, we've had so many apartments get done that way in my city, like, probably like 5 of them in the past year, get shut down because the city is in here, like, fronting their water bill, pretty much. Like, these people were owing hundreds of thousands of dollars in past due water balances. And, like, I mean, I can't even owe them $200 without them cutting off my water. And, like, I don't live in New York. Like, these people living in New York, not even keeping their properties up and all kinds of stuff, and they'd be just let go like that. That's so crazy to me. But ooh, I'm gonna barely be on time. Come on, light. You get what I'm saying? Like, and then they just get left there, and nobody's like even. They just get left to the squatters, the street walkers, the junkies, like, to the slingers, like, you know. And that's just upsetting. Like, that's why areas like this get a bad rap, because, like, the city don't want to do nothing over there, and then, like, all this stuff starts happening. Okay, but if you were over here, like, maintaining some stuff, like maintaining the roads, like cutting down some of these, like, mile high lots that are just left, like this right here, tearing down some of these buildings. Like, this is some of the building apartments right here that just got left at some point, and, like, they got X's, windows all taken out, all kinds of stuff. Like, who knows how long. I've never even seen them apartments. Who knows how long it's been like that? Probably years. It's crazy. Like, if somebody would come around, like, there's a house right there, all the windows boarded up, falling apart. Like, if somebody would come around and just start tearing this shit down, then these areas wouldn't have such a bad. What the hell is that thing on that car? What is that big old antenna on there? I have police stuff. Anyway, I probably look like the police over here, holding my phone like this. I should have it up on my stand, but I don't. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna pause this because I'm about to deliver this order. All right. Okay, back to what I was talking about. I always get sad driving through these areas because, like, I've said this and I'll say it again. I'll probably say it a million times, but, like, these houses, a lot of them were family houses. Like, somebody grew up in these houses and they're all boarded up, falling apart, roofs caving in, like that one right there, all them trees, overgrown. I know nobody lives there. Like, nobody could possibly live there. And then some of the houses got people living in them, and they just got their shit all in the yard, stuff all in the yard. Like, there's one overgrown, boarded up. It says keep out private property posted. It's dangerous probably to go up in there, because you step on the floor the wrong way, you're gonna fall through. Be stuck, leg stuck. See if I can give me an Outback order while I'm over here. I doubt it. Grubhub ain't sent me nothing in who knows how long. Since I got that offer, I said something about, like, however long ago that was. I'm gonna go ahead and let this little stream go, and I'll be checking back in with y'all another time. I just wanted to see how this little situation would go with doing these screen recordings while I'm working, but my phone is at a very low percentage at this point, and I'm gonna need to plug up and shut up, I guess. And I'm not shutting up. because I'm going to be talking my kids' ears off here in a minute until we go home. I'm probably at about $40 right now, maybe 50. Try and make me another $30 before I go home at least. See what happens. Alright, peace y'all. Oh, if I could turn this off. Come on, hit the button.